I know.
We want him to have the right plans.
I mean, you had. Okay. About 2 years now.
Okay. Yeah, we thought last year about maybe.
They're only working through Friday.
It's nice having a dog, but it's
Piper's
nice
X
to not
working
have a
through
dog.
Friday, and
See,
then
that's the
they're.
thing, we're voters and,
Oh,
a
okay.
little bit, we can lift the boat, put her on the boat, take her off. So I just don't know.
Say the ice sculptures.
If you want to take off for a weekend, too, you just
That quick.
So yeah, I get that. That's where we're at. I want another dog, but not right now.
Welcome everyone to the Charter Township of Washington regular Board of Trustee meeting. Today is Wednesday, December 17th, 2025. I'd like to welcome a special guest all the way from the North Pole to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, Santa Claus himself. So, if you all join and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First off, I want to present this to Sam. The Romeo
Thanks.
Armada bowling team, and they thank you for all your support for the
Oh,
kids over the
thank you.
years.
Thank you.
And it's a nice little shirt there. They've been going 40 years strong, and you have been a supporter.
Oh, no, thanks.
Your name on the back there.
Oh, thanks.
So I'd like to give you that thank you for what
Very
you do for the
nice.
kids.
Very nice. Good job.
And I'm here to also, because I got my little friend here, and I've been watching everybody, and I've got a little list here that I've been making. And she can pass it out there. You've all been pretty good, but there's one person that has been very bad.
Oh, no.
And Mrs. Claus here is going to point that out here, Sam, if you can see that. Because you,
I didn't know, I wouldn't have won the
yes,
Did you make the naughty
I
list?
got to say,
You got to.
if I had some coal, I would have brought it, but, I've come a long way for all this. And
Nice list.
you've all been very good. I just want to say, I want to wish everybody in Washington, Romeo and Bruce, a very Merry Christmas. And I wish you a lot of blessings the rest of the year into the next year. I'm very thankful to be here, and I'm thankful for all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Santa.
Thank you. Oh, okay. Thank you.
I'm on the nice list. Kind of just trailed off.
You made it?
Mike is always on the nice list.
I'll ask our clerk, Audrey Brown, to lead us in the roll call.
Herviti.
Present.
Nicely.
Here.
Chaplin.
Here.
Mylum, absent. Reinhold.
Here.
Stevenson.
Here.
Brown, here.
Okay, we have quorum. We have 6 members present. Next on the agenda is a special presentation by the Macomb County Sheriff. I asked them to come here a couple weeks ago. We were presented a canine, I forgot to approve. Sorry, hold on a second. You see before you the agenda, if there's any additions, deletions, or motions. Hearing none, I would make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second?
Okay. Motion by Praviti, seconded by Stevenson. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. Okay, sorry. We'll go now to item 5, presentation. I'm very excited. We were donated a K9 unit. I'll have Commander Abro explain this. It's a new addition to our police patrol right out here in Washington, so I'll let Mr.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Commander Jason Abro with the Macomb County Sheriff's Office. Good evening, Mr. Supervisor, Washington Township Board. On behalf of the Macomb County Sheriff's Office, I want to thank you for your continued support of law enforcement and making tonight's event possible. Supervisor Praviti, we're grateful for your consistent support and your willingness to work hand in hand with us to keep Washington Township a safe place to live and work. We truly value that partnership. To the members of this board, Washington Township Board specifically, thank you as well. Your investment in public safety, your commitment to our community strengthens our ability to protect and serve this community the right way. Your commitment to doing what is right for Washington Township does not go unnoticed, and it's sincerely appreciated by us at the Sheriff's Office, by the men and women. I applaud you for all your efforts. Sheriff Wickersham and our administration felt strongly that K9 Vader's assignment belonged right here in Washington Township. This addition would not be possible without the generosity of the Macomb County Sheriff's Office reserves. Our reserve deputies played a significant role in raising money for the purchase of this K9. It was very significant, the training, the aspect of the officer going for 3 months and training with this dog. It was all paid for by our reserves. We're proud to serve Washington Township. We remain committed to providing the highest level of service and protection possible to this township. With partners like this gathered in this room here tonight, we're confident that the future of Washington Township is in good hands. Thank you for standing with us. At this time, I will turn it over to Sergeant Petrakowski, who will introduce K9 Vader. And I also want to say something about Deputy Frizzell, who's a phenomenal deputy. He's been with our agency since 2021. He does a phenomenal job, and the township will be very proud to have Deputy Frizzell and K9 Vader here with us.
Thank you, Commander Abro, and good evening to the board, residents, and visitors in attendance tonight. For those of you who do not know me, I'm Sergeant Anthony Petrakowski with the Township. I'm the road patrol supervisor out here in charge of all 3 shifts. As Commander Abro just mentioned, we're very excited to add Deputy Frizzell and K9 Vader to the Township. It will be a great addition and asset to the whole community. Deputy Frizzell and Vader attended a K9 Academy, like Commander Abro said, at no cost to this Township, where Vader specialized and got certified in the areas of bomb and firearm detection as well as tracking. He will be assigned to the afternoon shift out of the 30-mile substation. Although assigned to the afternoon shift, if available, he can be called in at any time of the day to respond and assist if needed. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Deputy Jesse Frizzell and K9 Vader. If anybody has any questions from the board or anything for Deputy Frizzell about K9 Vader, feel free to ask.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your service. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
So he's certified just in about everything that a multi-purpose dog from law enforcement agency would be certified in, just minus narcotics, and then adds in bomb and firearms. So tracking, article detection, handler aggression, protection and aggression, everything but narcotics.
And does he only listen to you?
When he's listening to me, yeah.
So where was he trained? And I'm assuming he, like all of his calls are in German, correct?
So my discretion. I kept a lot of his calls in German. He's from Colombia, from a group that breeds, and
Do you know his name?
kennel of it. It's northern Michigan canine.
Okay, cool.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, with regards to the tracking, so forth, you trained to bark or bite?
Both.
Both?
Yeah.
Your command?
And just to add, there was another canine that was added to Macomb Township, and that is a drug dog, drug narcotics detection. So if needed for the township here, we can call upon another canine for their assistance. Good.
Well, with that, we'd like to swear in our newest employee, I guess, in Township, if that's possible, and then maybe take a group photo with the board. If you don't mind, maybe we'll take a group photo.
Sure,
with you.
yeah. Do you, Canine Deputy Vader, solemnly swear to serve and protect Macomb County, to bravely sniff out trouble, loyalty assist your partner, and perform your duties with courage, dedication, and an enthusiasm tail wag for Washington Township? If so, answer with a proud woof.
Yeah.
We're gonna get up. It's a first, ever.
The things you get to do.
It's a first, Sam.
Sworn to dog.
First time
I didn't have Miss Universe.
That's a first. Yeah, you had Miss Venezuela, and now you got the dog.
If you want to stick
So I really want to thank the Macomb County Reserves for donating this beautiful dog. So we look forward to a long career here with Keena and Vader here.
You're welcome.
We also have another exciting program that's being spread to Macomb County and Washington Townships spearheading, so I'll let you explain that.
So Macomb County Sheriff's Office initiated or began this project in cooperation with what's called the SAVES Project. And the SAVES Project is safety awareness and education for vulnerable adults, kids, adults with autism, any kind of special needs. And what this program does is it allows people's loved ones or themselves, they can enroll in this program through us, through Washington Township, through my office. And what it does is it allows us to, if there's a driver that has special needs, they'll have this blue envelope in their car. It'll list any of the special needs that they have listed on here. This envelope would also have their driver's license, insurance, and registration. Any other important information about them would be in here, whether or not they're verbal, nonverbal. They also may put a sticker on the back of their car notifying us that they're part of the SAVES project. Knowing that, then we will immediately recognize that they have some kind of either special needs or some kind of either dementia, Alzheimer's onset, or some kind of progressive stage. We'll be notified of that. Once enrolled in this program, the individuals can fill out any of their special needs, any of their likes, dislikes. If there's a special needs kid who likes the police lights, it'll be noted on here. We'll have access to it. If they don't like the lights and makes them run, then when we respond, we won't have our lights. So we'll be able to be notified of any special requests or anything on their behalf. Also part of this program, there's QR codes. These QR code stickers can be placed on, say, a walker for somebody with Alzheimer's or elderly that wanders. And if our deputies and our fire department is fully aware of this program as well. So if they come across somebody that has one of these stickers on their walker, on their cane, we'll be able to scan this and obtain the information. to, again, find out who they are. They might not have identification on them, and then find out where they live, any emergency contact, or again, any special needs or anything that they may require. So once again, we kicked off this program. The Sheriff's Office committed to this initiative, and we rolled it out here to Washington Township first. This is the first township that it's fully rolled out, and we're ready to start enrolling people. It's on our website, the Sheriff's Office website. It's also on the Township website. There's a link. There's also a link with my information on there. If anybody has any questions regarding this program, you can see me, later, after this is over, or you can contact me, and I'll be more than happy to provide more information as well as a packet. So, anybody have any questions about this program?
How can they get a hold of you, sir? What's the best way? Phone number, cell, or email?
My desk line and my email is on the website, and you can reach out to me either way, and I can get you more information, tell you how this whole program works. Like I said, there's a sheet here. It just tells everything about the individual. And it's whatever you want to fill out. There's nothing that says you have to fill out absolutely everything. Some people want to, keep some kind of privacy. We understand that. But if you'd like to be enrolled in this program, like I said, reach out and or talk to me after the meeting. I'll be more than happy to explain more about it.
Do you know, sir, if that QR code, if a resident just happens to scan it and they see somebody there, are they access that same information, or is that proprietary to you guys?
It's what you'll be able to get would be an emergency contact and phone number.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. We have access to all the
I understand.
all the information, but as far as anybody who scans it will just be able to get the emergency contact.
So how many communities are using the SAVES program? How many communities right now?
Well, the SAVES project was started by a Rochester police officer and a Warren police officer. So right now, I believe there's maybe 6 communities. We don't run this program. We're just part of this initiative.
Okay.
It's ran by those 2 individuals, and there's probably at least a half dozen, but they're adding agencies constantly. So, and anybody who is part of this project, if somebody lives in Southfield and they happen to end up here, and we scan this, or we make a traffic stop up on Van Dyke in 31, we see this up here, that person may be missing from another community. And we'll be able to log into the system and find out who the emergency contact is and all that. Get them back to their loved ones.
That's great.
Whoever wants to be part of this. Yep. Whoever wants to be part of it. Yes.
So I have a 91-year-old grandmother that lives in Shelby. Would I be able to add her onto that myself?
I don't know that we can add somebody here from Shelby, but I don't see, would the emergency contact be here?
Yes.
Okay, we can I can definitely look into that. Yeah, so if she wanders or ends up somewhere potentially in danger and they scan this to be able to contact possibly you or a family member that lives here, I can look into that. Absolutely. Yeah. Questions?
No, it's good. No, I want to thank again the Macomb County Sheriffs for letting us be one of the forefront on this project.
Yes.
And
So,
again,
like I said, if anybody has any questions, please reach out. That's what we're here for.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next, you see the consent agenda. You're being asked to approve the accounts payable of November 25th, 2025, approve the accounts payable of December 11th, 2025, approve the minutes of the Board of Trustee meeting of November 19th, 2025, accept the Building Department monthly report of November 2025, accept the Fire Department monthly report of October 2025, and accept the Robinson Capital monthly report of November 2025.
I make a motion to accept the consent agenda as written.
Support?
Okay, so we have a motion by Brown, supported by Stevenson. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. We don't have any moved agenda items. Next is comments from the audience on agenda items only. If there's anything on the agenda you would like to discuss, please come to the podium. You'll have 3 minutes to speak. Each speaker must address the chair. And I welcome anyone to come to the podium on agenda items. We'll have a spot at the other part of the meeting with non-agenda items. Okay, going once, going twice. Okay. Next is legal counsel. Nothing? Next is unfinished business. Tonight, 10.1 is smart ball condition assessment update. For those of you that may remember this past January, we had a sewer break on Hayes Road, which is our sewer feed into the Garfield Interceptor off of just south of 26 off of Hayes. The board instructed to have the pipeline inspected, so we're going to get our report now.
Yep. So yeah, as Sam said, back in January, we had a rupture in the force main portion of that sewer. Quick reminder for everybody, you have 3 miles of sewer that are not in your township that run along the east side of Hayes Road from 26 to 23. About a half a mile that is a force main. It's made out of ductile iron, and that connects into a gravity sewer that for 2.5 miles flows via gravity down into a meter pit just north of 23 Mile Road, again on the east side of Hayes. That gravity portion of the sewer was clean, televised, and then lined with a new pipe back in 2010. Should be good for another 75 years. The force main portion, because it's difficult to inspect based on its age, it was assumed that we should not have any issues for a long time. But obviously in January there was a rupture in the bottom of that main just upstream of the middle branch of the Clinton River. That was fixed, but we still couldn't see the inside of the pipe, so Township contracted with a company called Pure Technologies. They do a ton of work with GLWA for all of their pressure water mains to inspect them in a similar way. The smart ball that we'll talk about tonight is one technology used typically for smaller mains. On some of the larger mains, like the 96-inch water main that runs through the township, they can inspect those with a much larger device that is more robotic and actually kind of crawls through. It's called a pipe diver that kind of floats through or crawls through the pipe. So back in July, we started this process working closely with Pure and the DPW. I was incredibly impressed with the amount of planning that they do before they even think about putting anything into your sewer. Obviously, there's a danger that if something was to get stuck in this pipe, we could have a much scarier long-term problem where we could not transmit sewage flow out of the township. So a lot of planning beforehand. They come out and inspect the site prior to even doing that. And then we actually did a simulated test with the outer shell of the ball, but placed a small plastic ball on the inside of that that's weighted to behave exactly like the piece of technology. That test went great. We were able to catch it without any issue. Essentially, they're putting a bar screen in the actual sewer, and upstream of that, they're standing there with a fishing net to catch it the first try, and if it doesn't get caught there, then the bar screen catches it. Successfully was caught with the fishing net both times. So that only takes, the actual test is less than an hour, and then they go back and actually download, and they can do it right there on the truck to make sure that all the data is good. And then really the results of that is the report that we provided tonight for you to review. The good news is that there were no leaks detected anywhere else in the pipe. Those would show up, either pinhole or larger leaks would be noticed. It's all done via acoustic sensors. There were some gas pockets and some entrained air in the sewer that we're going to investigate a little bit further to make sure that there's no operational changes that need to be made in the way that we start and stop the pump station. We're also going to have DPW work with some suppliers to double check that all of the actual air release valves that are in the structures, which have been there for some time, are all functioning correctly. And Pure is working with their engineering team to review the data one last time to make sure there's no other changes. But in a nutshell, we found that the pipe's in really good shape, short of the spot that did fail, which has been obviously repaired. They did recommend that we look at it again in about 5 years. Short of draining this pipe and installing an entire bypass, this is really the easiest way to actually inspect it. To install a bypass for that half a mile is significantly more expensive. We run more risks of overflows or issues with your actual transmitting of that sewage. So this continues to be really the most effective way. We'll have multiple years of data at that point, but we're confident that the pipe should be in good shape for some time, and no major issues really were found with the inspection. Any questions?
One question I have, it says every 5 years or sooner observe events indicate operational issues. What do you consider observe?
So if we're seeing anything with any of the pumps operating differently, feeling any kind of pressure, that's a hard one to say, pressure surges coming back, or any additional new smells that show up, meaning that there would be more hydrogen sulfide gas that might be deposited. That's the biggest concern, is that gas is getting trapped in the pipe and it can eat away at the pipe. That's one of the biggest dangers that we see in concrete pipes as well. Hydrogen sulfide is just very super corrosive. It forms when we are pumping flow, which is what we've been doing at that site for over 40 years. So yeah, really anything that would be flagged as kind of something has changed, we might investigate it sooner than that.
So Mike, based on the few issues you did find, are there any follow-up steps that we need to take at this point, or?
So like I said, we're going to be working with DPW to inspect those air release valves that are in the existing manholes today. And Pure is reviewing that data one last time to make sure they didn't see anything that would lead to should we be starting the pumps a little bit slower, shutting them down slower, those types of things. But, the pump station is operating, exactly where it wants to be. There were no, what we would call water hammer, essentially. So if you're at your house and you turn on your water and you hear that bang on a pipe, if that happens in a 20-inch force main when we're pumping sewage, it's a really bad thing because it's much more forceful. None of that was observed. Those sensors were installed after our test for about a month and a half, and we didn't see any evidence of any concern.
Good, thank you.
Yep.
When was the test done?
First week of July, I think. I want to say, yeah, just after July 4th.
Just a question. We had a relatively dry summer. And when the snow melts and the rain falls in the springtime, do you foresee any issues with that?
No, I mean, this pipe obviously can handle the discharge from the township. Certainly, the couple historic rain events that we had in the past 5 years or so, the crews need to operate that station carefully to make sure that we're not over surcharging the pipe. We have permission from the state that we can literally surcharge it because it's a closed conduit with no connections for that entire 3 miles. But weather events, no effect on that at all. Any other questions? Just want to make sure you knew what you spent your money on. So
I have one more question.
Yes.
At the end of that report that Treasurer nicely cited, it says that as the township continues to consider downstream improvements south of 26 Mile to increase overall capacity, the age, condition, and break history of this main should be considered as it relates to the long-term use of the force main. So are we, which discharges 95% of our wastewater. So what, down the road, what should we be planning for? How far is that away from replacing that?
We have in our capital, our 10-year plan, we have other, what we're calling downstream improvements between 26 and 23 that relate to providing additional capacity so we can continue to meet the build-out capacity of the township. One of those options is keeping this line in service and diverting a portion of the flow into the sewer and maybe another portion into a newer, either a force main or a gravity sewer. Obviously, the condition of this pipe helps to play into that factor of whether or not it's something we would do long-term. We could, like we did the gravity portion, we could line this portion and put a new liner through it and essentially have a brand new pipe. That reduces the capacity slightly, and it's not enough, there's not enough capacity there for this to be our one pipe forever and ever. So if we had double conduits in that location where we essentially had 2 pipes to choose from, the condition of this might factor into whether or not we'd invest any additional dollars in that pipe.
Okay, thank you.
Do you recommend we should do this every 5 or 10 years? Or?
Yeah, we're saying 5 years
5 years.
in talking with them. Again, as I said to Mr. Chaplin, if something shows up in between, we'll talk about it. But we don't see any reason why we should have another issue anytime soon. But it is a very important pipe, not to understress that.
Yeah. It's okay. There's no motion needed. It's just an
No,
update
just
to the report. So thank you very
file.
much. Thank you.
Just to clarify, this pipe is sewage, it's not...
This is sewage.
It's not for drainage.
It is not for stormwater drainage.
Not for stormwater?
Nope, just for sewage. There is obviously runoff from rain events that find its way into your system, right? Our goal
Okay,
is
so white weather really shouldn't affect it.
we try to keep as much of that water out of the system because it leaves less space for the stuff that's supposed to be there. But no, this is just for sanitary sewage.
Okay.
And I will say, just to close it out, the DPW team was fantastic. It was all hands on deck. We had guys at different spots. We had guys turning pumps on, turning pumps off, helping to catch things. They did a great job. Flagging traffic, so none of us got hit by a car. Hayes Road has turned into quite a expressway right there at 25 and a half miles. So great job by Rich and his whole team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Next is new business, 11.1, appointment of the liaison from the Planning Commission to the Zoning Board of Appeals. So I was served recently, Bob Sacco of our Planning Commission has decided to resign from the Planning Commission. He served a dual role. He was also the liaison from Planning Commission to ZBA. So I've approached to see who's interested from the Planning Commission to serve as liaison. I'd like to recommend Lisa Hall to serve as the liaison from the PC to the ZBA. Lisa Hall is a lifetime resident of the Washington Romeo community. She's a master's degree in public administration, bachelor's degree in public administration and policy, associate's degree in business administration. She has experience in planning and zoning. She's a member of the American Planning Association. She's currently preparing for the American Institute of Certified Planners, the AICP examination. She's attended numerous specialized planning and zoning courses offered by the APA and the Rural Engineering. She's a certified planning and zoning administrator from MSU Land Policy Institute, certified citizen planner from MSU Land Policy Institute as well, experience working with and learning from the highly respected AICP certified planners, her experience in collaborating with Macomb County Planning and Economic Development on multiple projects, and she's previously served as our ZBA alternate for Washington Township. So she has demonstrated a strong understanding of the legal responsibilities of the ZBA, our Zoning Board of Appeals, and the importance of maintaining this decision that uphold the township's zoning ordinance. So I'd like to nominate Lisa Hall to finish the term of Bob Sacco until September 3, 2026.
Support? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Due to her knowledge, credentials, and prior ZBA experience. So that's my motion, supported by Mike Nicely.
Okay.
Any questions on the motion? Otherwise, roll call.
Praviti.
Yes.
Nicely.
Yes.
Stevenson.
Yes.
Mylum, absent. Reinhold.
Yes.
Chaplin.
Yes.
Brown. Yes.
With that, I'll be making an announcement, but we are looking for a replacement of Bob Sacco on the Planning Commission. So if anybody's interested, please email me at my email, which is on the website, but it's pravitis@washingtontwpmi.org. And next is 11.2, Resolution 2025-18. This is the adoption of the Washington, Bruce, and Romeo Parks and Recreation and Star Transportation 5-year master plan. I think Clara's here. Okay. Clara is our Park and Rec Director and Star Transportation. No applause.
So I'm here asking for board approval and resolution for our 5-year master plan, or 5-year plan, they call it. This plan, as you may remember, was updated and submitted earlier this year. However, the MDNR prefers that, or thinks it's best if the townships are the ones who actually make the resolution and submit it to them. This is basically because our interlocal is new, it needs a little bit of word changes, but mostly because you're the taxing authorities and you own the properties in the parks. So that is the biggest thing. So this plan, even though it's not officially submitted at this point, we are still using it where it is our guide right now. So this is a good thing. However, we really would like to get it submitted this year. It is due by February 1st. The 5-year plan basically lays out what the commission is going to do, what our department does, and what people want from the community from surveys. It's the action plan for each existing park and mentions all the new possibilities. With that said, Hawks Acres, there was a little bit of time cross there. We do need to add Hawks Acres into this, so if you are going to make a motion to approve it, the motion, if it could say approved plus the addition of Hawks Acres. I was at Bruce Township, they did approve it, they made the motion like that too, so we should be good. I don't know if you have any questions, or if you had a minute to look through it, it's only 149 pages or something like that. But it's a good idea of what we're doing, and like I said, we're already making, I don't know if you've been by Gilcher lately, but the fence is up, we have lighting, we're working on the pavilion that's going to be out there. We've made updates to the paths. It's got possibilities of new places throughout Romeo, Washington, Bruce, and the improvements in development. So I appreciate your time and hopefully your resolution.
For anyone in the audience, in the lobby, we have basically an opinion poll on what you want to see at Hawks Acres. Hawks Acres is 27 acres the township bought to conserve green space, but we'd like to utilize some of the barns that are existing there. So we have ideas from indoor pickleball courts to pathways to dog parks to playscapes, and there's about 12 different options there.
Yeah,
So there's a marker there. You can mark the ones that you like, and then there's another one that says the ones that you're likely or unlikely or really likely to use. I think that's how it's stated out there. So.
And also, that was on display at the tree lighting ceremony last week, which the Parks and Rec put on. It was such a great time, and Santa and the magician and a clown making balloons. It was indoors, so people stayed a long time, and hot chocolate, and the Lions helped with hot chocolate and hot dogs. What a great time. But those boards were out as well, and Kayla Malden, our planner, was explaining what they were for, and people kind of made check marks according to what they liked. So we welcome your opinion or your check marks. So, yeah.
Nobody has questions? I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-18 for the adoption of the Washington Bruce Romeo Parks and Recreation and Star Transportation 5-year master plan with the inclusion of Hawks Acres.
Second?
7 acres.
Oh.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Second?
Okay. We have a motion by Praviti, seconded by Brown. Any questions on the motion? Otherwise, roll call.
Praviti?
Yes.
Brown? Yes. Nicely?
Yes.
Reinhold?
Yeah, I read through the whole 142 pages.
42.
And
missed the last 7.
It is very good, so yes.
Okay. Stevenson?
Yes.
Reinhold? Pardon me. Chaplin, sorry, John. Chaplin.
Yes.
And Mylum out. Okay.
Okay, motion passed.
Nice work, Claire.
Thank you.
Sorry, Claire, so what's the process now? Just, it goes to Lansing? Or how does that work?
So now what will happen, we'll add
You go back to Parks and Rec?
it will go, well, Parks and Recreation has already approved it. I mean, it's really ready to go. So then I'll be bothering
Sign.
you, and we'll get
okay.
that. We're going to get a draft copy of the minutes and the different things that have to go in there. And then we'll just send it, and then once we get the resolution at a later date, we'll send that away as we get everything, so. Yeah.
Thank you.
Happy.
Claire, I
Thank you,
just want to
Claire.
say
Thank you, Claire.
thank you to your crew, because if
I
you're a
know.
diehard pickleball fan, they are out there clearing the courts for you, so you
Yeah.
now can go out there and play if you want.
Yeah, and I should say that we are working on putting up our community ice rink, so watch for that in Washington Township. And we do have a small synthetic ice rink that will be at the Bruce Township Park. So, and we've got the sled hill, obviously, at the community center. If you haven't been there, make sure you come check that out. As well, you can sled at Gilcher down into the bowl. So we're trying to make a lot of winter activities for anybody. So we'll let you know. Sign up for our Facebook page or check out our One Source new page.
Oh, yeah. Can you explain the magazine real quick?
New
Can you push
magazine,
that?
yeah,
Sorry.
our new publication. So actually, Sam came up with the idea that Washington, Bruce, and Romeo, and then the library and Parks and Recreation and DDA We all spend money sending out our publication every quarter. So to save money and to kind of give you one spot to go to, we made a new publication. It's called One Source. It should have come to your home. If you haven't got it, let us know. I have extra ones, or there's Township. Yeah, it's 72 pages. So, but it's got all of the different activities and when your tax bills are due and just a variety of information all in one spot. So this was our first time. We'll be doing it quarterly, so you can expect it. It will automatically be mailed or bulk mailed. It will come to your house. And again, if you didn't get it, reach out to your post office and or let Parks and Recreation know, and we'll make sure you get one. They are here too. So, all right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Claire.
Very good, thank you. Thank you.
Next is 11.3. We have professional legal service fees from Bob Siebert. Siebert and Delosky, I should say, our law firm. Siebert and Delosky have been our law firm for over, 35 years?
At least.
So, yeah. Bob has the history of our township. He knows all the ins and outs of all our documents. He's requesting, he hasn't had a pay increase, obviously, in over, 15 years at least. So, so there hasn't been an increase in over 15 years. Currently, we're paying $100 per hour. They're requesting to be $150 an hour, which is still reasonably cheap for a municipal attorney. With no questions, I'd like to make the motion to approve the pay increase, just due to his knowledge, availability, and always, being a stellar attorney.
Supervisor Privity, are we going to tie that to inflation at all so that we don't get in this like 10 years ago pricing? Or you have to go through this again?
Well, I guarantee I'm not going to be back in 15 years, that's for sure. I guarantee that. No, this rate is going to, I'm going to hold this rate for a while. So
Okay.
I'm not going to be back every year and nickel and dime it. If, in 3 or 4 years, we may be back for an increase, but at this point, this is going to stay at least for the term of this board.
Okay, that sounds great.
And being the tenured person on the table over here, this gentleman and his partners have been very responsive in returning phone calls almost immediately after you call them. Sometimes, and I'm not picking on the industry, sometimes you have to wait a while for somebody to call you back. They're always right on the spot. He has the knowledge and the history here in the township to continue. So I'm glad that the board votes yes on this. So thank you.
And I'd like to say that if you have a question of the attorney, not only do they answer quickly, but they come back with a response to your question immediately or shortly thereafterwards. So we are so lucky to have Bob and his team working for us. Really.
My experience is he actually answers the phone, too.
Especially if he's feeling well.
Thank you.
The important thing is he wins a lot of our cases.
Yes, he wins our cases, too. That's the big thing.
Yeah. So that's a motion by Praviti, seconded by Nicely. If no questions on the motions, or was it Stevenson? Sorry. Okay, seconded by Stevenson. If no questions, roll call.
Praviti.
Yes.
Stevenson.
Yes.
Nicely.
Yes.
Brown. Yes. Chaplin.
Yes.
Reinhold.
Yes.
Okay, motion passed.
Pay for the vote.
Don't spend it all in one place.
So with that, next is item 12, comments from the audience on non-agenda items or agenda items. You can talk about anything. I'll ask the audience to please, we're going to have a 3-minute rule. The clock will be put up there. Please state your name and address. Please direct all questions to the chair. Again, this isn't a question and answer. Please do your statements just so we can get through tonight. I ask everyone to please be orderly and let's all be respectful. Thank you very much. So I'll just ask if anyone that would like to speak, you could form a line or just start coming up to the podium. Sorry. Or maybe we could do 2 or 3 and bank, I don't know, sorry.
The line gets short, come on up.
Hi, my name is Carol from Romeo. I'm representing 3 people from Washington that can't be here due to health issues. I'm here in regards to that AI data center. I'm very concerned about it. I know most of us have kids, grandkids, and I'm concerned about it. We have farmers, we have beekeepers here, and if, I'll go over the concerns that I have and other people from this township as well. Let's see. As you can see from the Washington Township Planning Commission video on December 11th, the hall was packed to the rim with standing room only. Residents from Washington, Bruce, and surrounding areas oppose this AI defense and surveillance data center for numerous reasons. It's not good business for our communities. My question I have for you is, how long did you guys know about them wanting to build this? Because we only found out about it a couple of days before the meeting, last Thursday.
Okay, I'm sorry, I have to give you the full 3 minutes.
Okay.
I'll answer them at the end.
Okay.
I'll write down the question.
In other states, AI has blown past existing polluters. They are emitting over 1,000 to 2,000 tons of noxious gas. Turbines like these release 3 types of deadly pollution: nitrogen oxide, formaldehyde, and fine particulate matter, combined with other forms of ground-level ozone, which causes and worsens asthma, COPD, formaldehyde, which causes cancer, and particulate matter, airborne soot, which can pass through the lungs and into the bloodstream, causing heart disease. This information comes from the experts in the field on health and pollution. This would be an environmental disaster and a crime to all the surrounding communities. We have to be 100% sure not to destroy the environment for our children, grandchildren, future generations, and surrounding farms, beekeeper communities. This would be horrific. If we kill the bees that pollinate our food, there won't be no food for anybody. Not to mention the high electricity, water for anybody. Also, not to mention the high electricity and water rates that have skyrocketed in other states like Arizona, California, Virginia, Memphis, Tennessee. Our homes won't be worth anything, and property values will go down the tubes because no one will want to live here when they find out what's taken place. I pray that this committee does the right thing. What happened to the mic?
As per POI.
Test, okay. I pray that you all do the right thing for Bruce Township, Romeo, and all surrounding communities, and stop this immediately from happening, and listen to the people you serve, not the big tech companies who came here from Denver, Colorado to build their big AI data center, and then they'll move on to the next big one, not caring about the communities they hurt and leave behind. It would be great if we had a Costco or a Lifetime Fitness or something like that for that area. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your comment.
Thanks, Carol.
Next. If maybe stay just a couple inches away from the
Farther
mic,
back,
sorry.
yeah.
Just-
Yep, for sure. Hi, my name is Sarah Manza. I live in Armada. And today I'm here to speak to the board about the proposal to rezone for a data center. Firstly, I would just like to start by acknowledging how tense and weird politics has been in this country over the past couple of years. It seems like every week there is a new social issue that everyone's upset about. Now, I don't know any of you personally, so I don't know what you know about these data centers, but in case you are having any thoughts that this is just the next thing people are upset about, let me assure you that is not what is happening here. This isn't partisan, and it's not the result of social media fervor. No one is here because Fox News or CNN told them to be. We're here because we care about the health and safety of our community. Michigan is under attack by these rushed proposals that are cutting corners, and they fail to perform the true due diligence required to ensure our safety. They are going after our most precious resource, our Great Lakes. And as Michiganders, we have a duty to protect them and preserve them for future generations. And honestly, even if we could guarantee our local infrastructure would be protected, to be clear, under this current proposal, we can't. There are still so many health risks tied to these data centers. Ohio is just now beginning to understand the links between data centers and rare cancers. We haven't had enough time to fully understand how these things are going to impact us, and we're their lab rats. I'm here today to encourage this board to do anything and everything within your power to stand strong with this community in protecting us. We will fight with you. We will have your backs. I hope all of this, all of our community organizing and vocal opposition has proven one thing to any and all AI developers that believe us to be easy prey. Michiganders show up to defend ourselves, and wherever's next, whichever community is next on the chopping block, we will be there. Thank you.
Sarah?
Thank you for your comment.
My peace be with you. How are all you today? I am here to present notice. Greetings to the man Sam Pravini, who at times acts as Washington Township, Michigan Supervisor, and to the man Mike Nicely, who at times acts as Washington Township, Michigan Treasurer, and to the woman Audrey Brown, who at times acts as Washington Township, Michigan Clerk, and to the man Dennis Stevenson, who at times acts as Washington Township, Michigan Trustee, and to the man Charles Reinhold, who at times acts as Washington Township, Michigan Trustee, and to the woman Michelle Malam, who at times acts as Washington Township, Michigan Trustee and Washington Township, Michigan Zoning Board of Appeals Board Liaison, and to the man John Chaplin, who at times acts as Washington Township, Michigan Trustee, and to the woman Dana Birschbach, who at times acts as Washington Township, Michigan Planning and Zoning Director, and to the man Bob Sacco, who at times acts as Washington Township, Michigan Planning Commission Chairperson and Zoning Board of Approval Member, and to the man Barry Miller, who at times acts as Washington Township, Michigan Planning Commission Vice Chairperson, and to the woman Lisa Hall, who at times acts as Washington Township, Michigan Planning Commission Member, and to the man Ron Jasky, who at times acts as Washington Township, Michigan Planning Commission Member, and to the man Pete Thomas, who at times acts as Washington Township, Michigan Planning Commission Member, and to the man Gary Robb, who at times acts as Washington Township, Michigan Planning Commission Member, and to the man John Chaplin, who at times acts as Washington Township, Michigan Planning Commission Board Liaison, and to the man Troy Kossel, who at times acts as Washington Township, Michigan Board of Appeals Vice Chairperson, and to the man Ben Pollock, who at times acts as Washington Township, Michigan Zoning Board of Appeals member, and to the man Mike Pollard, who at times acts as Washington Township, Michigan Board of Appeals member, and to the woman Kimberly Hodson, who at times acts as Washington Township, Michigan Board of Appeals alternate member. I, a man, Michael Lewis Butts, and mankind, people that do autograph herein, present this notice to require you deny any and all applications to rezone and or develop land on Washington Township, Michigan for the use as a data center to prevent harm to I and harm to the mankind people settled on or near Washington Township, Michigan. I and mankind people that do autograph herein say that large data center development, construction, and operation do cause harm to mankind people that settle on and near Washington Township, Michigan, by way of noise pollution, air pollution, water pollution, and electric power grid resource use, and therefore I and mankind that do autograph herein do not consent to you or any public servant to allow data center development, construction, and operation on Washington Township, Michigan. I and mankind that do autograph herein state that the Washington Township Planning Commission bylaws requires the development of the township in a manner which will best promote the health, safety, and general welfare of its people, see Exhibit 1. And I do say that if you permit large-scale data center development on Michigan Township, you violate the bylaws and oath or affirmation of office by you and do harm to I and mankind that do autograph herein. I ask, is it the intent of you to deny any and all
You're over the 3 minutes.
rezone? I state all herein to be true, and we'll verify it open court of law.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. God bless you.
Let me know when to go.
Fire away.
Nick Pilot, 6700 West Road. Sam, John. Oh my God. I am so upset with you guys. I really am. I cannot believe that you guys would even allow this on the pre-planning committee, or the planning committee, for that matter. You live here, right, on Mount Vernon?
Absolutely.
Why would you want this?
Didn't say I wanted it, didn't say I didn't want it.
Seems for a reason to oppose it. You know what? I got up here, and I guess I was just too angry to remember what I had said. But you know, I do oppose this data center. And as a man that has lived here for 27 years, all my life, I really do hope, collectively, that all of you guys will oppose this for my children and grandchildren to come, because I would love to stay right here on my property. I love this community. I love the people in here. I do not love what has been going on. I am so upset. I am livid. And I really do hope you hear everybody else's pleas that we do not want this. We really don't. And for lack of better words, I really hope all of you guys here do the right thing and oppose this. I really do. That's all the time I need. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sean Weber, 75508 Romeo Plank Road in Armada. Good evening, Mr. Supervisor and members of the board. Federalist number 46, part of the Federalist Papers written by James Madison to explain the Constitution to the public, reminds us that public trust attaches most naturally to the level of government closest to everyday life. Madison understood that local officials are not merely rule enforcers, but public administrators responsible for the everyday welfare of the people they serve. Michigan's township system was no accident of bureaucracy. It emerged from the founding era land policy, Republican theory, and territorial governance, beginning with the Land Ordinance of 1785 and the Northwest Ordinance of 1787. Townships were created so decisions affecting daily life would be made locally by officials accountable to their neighbors and familiar with local conditions. The founders did not believe that technical legality ended the responsibility of public office. When it is, oops, there we are. When a decision is lawful but widely opposed by the people who must live with it, they saw it as the beginning of a duty to reconsider, explain, and if necessary, reform. That duty is strongest at the township level, where trust is built or lost through everyday governance. Federalist number 46 reminds us that public trust flows upward from local confidence and not downward from distant authority. I ask this board to govern in that spirit, lawfully, thoughtfully, and always with the everyday welfare of this community at the center of your decisions. Thank you for your time, and thank you for the personal sacrifices you all make in holding the duties of your offices. And as always, good luck.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Very much.
Randy Lesage, 67350 Powell Road. Obviously, I live on Powell, which is literally going to be kind of across the street from this disaster. I am concerned, one, the utter lack of notification, even that this was going to happen, that there was a planning meeting. In fact, my mom, living in Sterling Heights, called me and asked me, did I know about it? No, I did not know about it. Even the planning, it seemed the planning board barely had the information, and this thing was thrown on their agenda. I don't know how that works or how it gets thrown on there. I am concerned, obviously, with the pollution, the noise, the air, the light, and everything else. I'm concerned about the electricity and the amount of electricity those places use, and will it affect my power? Will they be the ones shut down, or will we, the residents, be the ones shut down? Interesting, at the Planning Commission, there were a lot of people in Washington Township area that were concerned about their existing power that goes out way too frequently. And finally, even though they didn't have it as part of their change, when they changed their thing from a conditional to a traditional zoning thing, they didn't say anything about a data center. But after the vote to table it, the person, the applicant, did say, well, we don't use all that much water because it's a closed loop system. Obviously, their intent is to try to put a data center in there, and I absolutely oppose it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening. My name's John Tarlow, and I live in Armada Township at 36 and Romeo Plank, 10 minutes away from the proposed location. I have 20 years of experience as a system security engineer and experience working with data centers. It's no secret what is proposed to be built at the location is a data center. It's also no secret of the negative impacts of what a data center would bring to this community. It's foolish to propose otherwise, and anyone who claims otherwise is lying to themselves or someone else. Nobody wants a liar on their board of trustees. There are many considerations regarding the construction of any building for this location. Fortunately, the bottom line is very clear. The short-term benefits of a data center will not outweigh the enormous long-term negative impacts to this and surrounding communities. On the contrary, it will destroy many of the aspects of the culture and community you are entrusted to protect. As it is abundantly clear, at an absolute minimum, the overwhelming majority of this and neighboring communities is very strongly opposed to the development of a data center in this region. Therefore, I would strongly urge any representatives involved now or in the future to carefully consider the interests of their constituents over those who would exploit us. I ask everyone to remember why we are here today, the community who has empowered others to represent them. Washington Township and its neighbors expect this board to represent their interests now, and that interest is clear. We are opposed to the rezoning of the proposed data center location to IRT. We are all doing our job and clearly communicating that to you. To the community at large, as I have asked the board to remember their integrity and duty, I also remind the community of its responsibility here as well. Assuming representatives represent us accurately and fairly, it is our job to support them for what comes next. If the board or any representatives are unable or unwilling to do their job, we hold them accountable. Make no mistake, regardless of the near-term outcomes, there are tough times ahead of us all. The board, our neighbors, this opposition will need sustained support. It's time for all of us to square our shoulders to the task and ensure we pass these messages on to those that would ruin what previous generations have built. Say it loud and demonstrate it in your actions so we never have to repeat it. Get involved at stopwtdatacenter.org. Thank you.
Thanks, John. Thank you.
I'll lower this a little bit. Hi, my name is Corinne Graper. I live at 66874 Dorothy Trail, Washington Township, Michigan. Last Thursday during the Planning Commission meeting, I sat here to a room full of people who were passionately moved from all political parties united to stop the data center. At that point, I set up the Facebook group, which is now called Stop Washington Township Data Center. Within 36 hours, we had 400 people signed up. I own a business. It is taking me 5 years to get 2,500 people following my business. So in 36 hours to get 400 people is tremendous, right? There are now 750 members to that Facebook group and over 400 people who signed the change.org petition, and we're just getting started. So you can see there's overwhelming support against the data centers. 640, there you go. All right, for change.org. I've had so many people reach out to me, email me, text me, offer me money to pay for signs and all types of stuff, right? They want to fund a legal defense fund. People are passionate. This town will have your backs. You stand up and deny this, and we will have your backs. We will do whatever we need. We will raise whatever money is needed. I would also like to offer, I am the CEO of an environmental sustainability consulting firm. I can get you access to air experts, land experts, water experts, data center sustainability experts. In fact, I had someone speak 2 months ago. She is the executive director of Climate Accord and talks about mass hyperscale data centers and the environmental impacts. So please, anybody in the township, let me know, and I'm happy to connect you to those people. One of the things I wanted to talk about as well is in my work consulting to large corporations, we help them figure out how to do business in ways that are environmentally sustainable and responsible. One of the things we come across is companies who will sometimes, unfortunately, ask me, how much is the fine? And I was shocked the first time a large corporation said, how much is the fine? I was like, what do you mean, how much is the fine? Well, if we don't comply with that environmental regulation, we'll just pay the fine. We'll just pay the $200,000, and we'll pay it every year as the cost of doing business. So they can tell us whatever we want to hear. They can agree to whatever conditions, and later on, they'll just put it as a line item in their budget as the cost of doing business. Now, there are ethical companies out there, but we can't trust that Prologis is one of them and that they're going to do right by this town. We have to be on their behind all the way, and we cannot trust whatever conditions they're going to put in place that they're going to follow through, because I deal with this every day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Oh, I was going to say, sorry, since I had 20 seconds, I have these handouts for you all if you're willing to take one that have a little more information. And I would say to the townsfolk, it is very important that the Planning Commission and trustees remain impartial in the way that they handle this and that they follow protocols. Because when you get sued, when you deny this, hopefully you do, and you get sued, I know they're going to look into, did you follow protocol? So that's just a note to the town. Don't have so much vitriol for the board, because they have to follow procedures. And hopefully they'll do right by us.
Thank you for that comment. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Richard Dutcher. I reside at 8283 Woods End Court here in Washington Township. I've been a resident here in the township going on 30 years, and I'm proud to live here in the township. So I thank you for allowing me to come up here and get a brief statement. I'm not going to stand up here and blow, wind up your skirts and tell you what you don't already know. You're intelligent men and women who have been elected into your positions, and you hold our trust as Washington Township residents. Bottom line, correct? As you can see, over the past week, the ball has started rolling, not only in Washington Township, but across our great state of Michigan. A lot of communities are in the same situation that we're here in Washington Township. And I think over the past week, you can see that a majority of the township residents are not for this data center. Since the meeting on the 11th, I believe the majority of the residents have voiced their concern, not only to the Planning Commission, but we're here tonight to voice their concern with you as well. Bottom line is, men and women, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Listen to what your citizens have to say, what their concerns are, okay? Because they're speaking from their heart. I raised my family here. I'm sure the ones that live here in the township, you raised your family as well. So there's a lot of concerns here. Okay, so you got to take that to heart. You got to think about it. But the bottom line is do the right thing and turn down this data center, please. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Evan Sellers. I live on 40205 Walcott Road in Ray Township, just outside of Washington Township. As many of you guys know, Ray Township isn't really known for having a lot in it. There's a bunch of nothing. And something about that is beautiful. But I live in Washington. I've worked in Washington. I went to schools going through Washington to go to Romeo my whole life. And I could speak to the fact that even if they propose a closed loop system, many of the businesses along Powell Road, and you could test the north end of the North Branch Clinton River and the south end of it off of Powell Road, where it intersects at 31 mile or 32 mile, just past it, north of it. There is a large gap in what is proposed to have happened by the companies, not by you guys, but by the companies themselves and what they actually do. I find that a little bit of oversight into that would really help. Whether you guys go through the data center or not, that'll all be determined. I personally am opposed to that. I don't think that our beautiful small community, we all moved here because we wanted a smaller, tighter knit community to be more one with each other. This is my first meeting with you guys, and it's very good to see such a good turnout, and it's very good to see all you beautiful, lovely people. But we have to come to a point where we stand for what we want to be and what we believe in versus what potential profit could come to our area. Because at the end of the day, as profit is wonderful and construction is wonderful, those jobs do dry up. And it comes down to a very small, close-knit of people that run that kind of an operation. And with that comes lack of oversight, and things fall short. Very often, as we have seen in our community with where we work nowadays, we maybe find that some things fall short. So it's up to you guys. At the end of the day, all I could do is come up and talk to you and sign petitions and vote. As I am not an actual resident of the township, I cannot, but that's okay. I will do so in my Ray Township ones. But all we could do is stand for what we believe in and what we feel is the right move for our community. I do think that there could be a future in that kind of a thing, but it's too soon, in my opinion. I mean, we look at how lithium batteries were started off, and a lot of those are built in Washington Township. And those batteries are for service for our electric vehicles, and we're finding that that costs more than buying a new vehicle in general. So we just gotta, I think we should wait until the water is a bit clearer on that kind of a thing. But I will say, I think that there should be a larger oversight in general for what pollutants are in our local land, because I've seen it. I've worked at these places. If any of you guys would like, I could stand aside and talk to you about what I have seen at what places. My time is up. I'm sorry. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good evening. My name is Jennifer Couts, Kittle Road, Washington Township. I've been a resident for 34 years, just over 34 years. I want to thank you for your service to the community. I thought it was really symbolic that the sheriff and the dog and the canine started out the meeting, and you guys even talked. You said thank you so much for protecting our community and serving our community, and each and every one of you were so heartfelt in saying that. And then I look at each and every one of you as our sheriffs, and you are here to protect this community, and we see that in each of you. And I'm emotional because I love this town. In Washington Township, when people talk about it, it's beautiful. Stony Creek, we have the orchards. Look at what this could do to our orchards with our resources. And I don't want to be known as Washington Township, the data center, because that's what's happening in these communities. I also, I've worked in research with Michigan State University in Detroit for 7 years in urban farming. And I've learned so much. I had to do so much studying on ethics and what research has done to communities in the past and how we had to gingerly go into these communities. and let them know we were just observing, we weren't trying to impact their community. It was really, really, I mean, eye-opening of what can go under the auspices of research. And then also when we're seeing all these regulations saying, hey, we're deregulating all of AI. So I don't think anybody, hey, put a technical center there. You know, hey, light industry. I don't think we'd much prefer that. So I'm just really speaking from the heart and from everybody that, you know, slow down. It doesn't mean that data centers could evolve and not create such a drain on community. I also looked up on Amazon, and everybody wants a data center because it's quick money. It's data center for dummies. All on Amazon, getting people buy property. This is quick, easy money. And I just asked, and maybe make a field trip to what a data center looks like and how it's affecting these communities. But I just plead, and I thank you for your service. So thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jennifer.
Hi, thank you. I'm Valerie. I'm from Ray Township as well, as one of the last speakers. And although everyone here tonight has spoken so great about the water quality that's going to impact the sound, the light pollution, that's all fine and dandy. But I believe it goes a step further. I believe that these people need data centers for complete government control and surveillance of everything we do in our lives. This is the introduction to digital currency and no more freedom. And I believe that anywhere in Michigan, all of these data centers should be denied. Not only here in our community, anywhere in Michigan. Shut them down. We do not, AI is working just fine. They don't need these big buildings and to do more AI. AI is fine just the way it is. What they want is complete surveillance. And anyone in Michigan should be against this. Please oppose this. We do not want the police state in our state. Thank you.
If I may take some of you wonderful people's time once more, I don't have anything further on the data center. You already know where I stand on that. But I do believe that there should be a little bit further oversight into the businesses that are within our community, because there are things within our jurisdiction that do affect our quality of life directly. A lot of us are on well water.
I'm sorry, I could only allow one person at a time.
My bad.
Sorry, thank you. Sorry.
Thank you very much for your time.
No, it's okay.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Judic. I am a resident of Washington Township. My property actually would be neighboring this 32-mile residence. And today, first off, I want to say thank you for your time tonight. But I'm here as a mom of three, somebody who was really looking forward to the Washington Township lifestyle, and also a teacher for 15 years. I'd like to kindly ask you guys all to vote no on the future rezoning of the 32-mile parcel between Van Dyke and Powell. Please do not let this go through. Do not include IRT anywhere near Washington Township residential areas. This is for the safety and well-being of us all. I've spent the better part of my adult life looking after and caring for children as a teacher. And with that, I care very deeply for our future generations, not only educationally, but also I care about the environment that we all are going to be growing up in, or these students will all be growing up in eventually. So I know the future includes technological aspects that we all won't necessarily be able to get away from. However, I also know that with these types of developments, we need very careful planning, time, and consideration, and Washington Township has not been able to do all of that yet. Through this whole process in the last week, I've learned more about these data centers that I ever care to know about. It's wrecked my whole everything, basically. So in that, I luckily found this, U of M recently published a study entitled What Happens When Data Centers Come to Town. So they've already done some of the work for us. This was by Terry Wynn and Ben Green, who partnered with Michigan Environmental Justice Coalition. So I implore you all to take a look at that. I know you have a lot in front of you. There's going to be a lot of things that you're going to have to determine during this process. But these things scared me to death. So some of these included like increased utility rates. Obviously, we don't want to be paying more money. But it says data centers increase local electrical utility. Oh, I'm going to run out of time for sure. So I'm going to skip that. The high resource consumption is a big one. A single data center can consume 2 megawatt hours of power equivalent to the power used by 2,000 homes and millions of gallons of water annually for cooling, straining local resources and infrastructure. Ineffective tax incentives is the next thing. Our climate and energy challenges is a huge thing. Resource efficiency trade-off. So while advocating cooling methods like liquid immersion, they say they're going to do all these things, but in reality, we're going to be the ones paying for it in the long run, and that's what scares me to death. I had to tell my children, like, hey, I really want to live in this spot, but we might have to move if this comes in. And telling a 7 and a 4-year-old who've just been looking forward to a new room and, you know, settling down and being comfortable with that, it's heartbreaking. And it's hard to explain to them, like, it's unhealthy for you to be next to these things. So please think of that when you guys are doing your vote eventually. Thank you.
Thank you.
How's this?
Good.
Yeah? Hi, my name is Camille Allensworth. I live just across the road here on Dulwich in Washington Township. I'm just going to get a little personal and tell y'all a little bit about why I know anything about these data centers. I grew up in Memphis, well, actually in a very, very, very small town just on the outside of Memphis. I went to like restaurants and movies in Memphis, and I don't know if you've ever heard of Memphis, Tennessee, not Michigan, but they are actually in the throes of this battle with a data center. It's a huge data center. It's much larger than you could even fathom. And it's very close to residential communities, and people are now being poisoned. So if you want to know what can happen, just Google Memphis data center and you'll see, okay? They just proposed opening another one, like less than a mile from where my family still lives. So I have done a lot of research before this came up. I told my neighbors, hey, they're proposing a data center here. And they said, well, I don't even know what that is. And I said, okay, well, here. So there's so much we don't know. And there are ways to find out what we can know. And there are communities that have already done this. So look to those communities, see what's happening. What are the residents dealing with now? You know, those residents, they're having all sorts of health problems that no one even anticipated. Even the companies are saying they're doing all of the methods. It doesn't matter the amount of resources that are being used, the drain, the pull on the community, and what is available is just unspeakable. Okay, it's even with mitigation efforts, it's not a healthy situation to be living in. And now I have been here for quite a while. I've been here since 2018. I volunteer with the Clinton River Watershed Council, and they assign me. I'm part of the Adopt a Stream group. They assign us to the closest. They try to assign you to the closest location for measuring water quality in your area, closest to your home. And so I'm over at Van Hoosen Farm, and it's great. It's always excellent water quality. Not all the areas are, but that's because that's not a very developed area. It is well preserved, and that is one of the areas that the Watershed Council really relies on to support the plants and vegetation that is necessary to maintain a healthy ecosystem there. I also volunteer with Rochester Pollinators, and I do a lot of work to take care of the environment because I love living here. I love the small town feel. I love that everything feels so healthy and nice and open and clean, and I just want to maintain that, and I hope you will too. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Cecilia Simonson, 11370 Juliet. I didn't know we were going to have so many guests tonight, and I can't keep quiet on this subject. I really do want you to oppose this AI data center for all of the above reasons that I've heard tonight, on top of the fact that this is the opposite of rural, and as a Precinct 6 delegate, I'm going to have to go door to door and notify my precinct. I'm not in a mood, or financially or physically, able to walk my precinct right now. So I hope that this gets broadcasted loud and clear, and I'll tell everybody I know. So please do not allow it in our community. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas.
Anyone else? Going once? Oh. Well, we don't really.
You guys have heard enough of me. I'm really sorry. But if you guys want to see anything about this proposed data center, look at the water quality north branch of the Clinton River versus the south end where it intersects at Powell. Those businesses do pollute even though they said they would not.
Okay, thanks. Oh, yeah, Chris, why didn't you? I was waiting for you to come up.
I might as well, right? Chris Judich, I'm at 31 Mile and Powell. I got nothing else to add. I'm not an eloquent speaker like everybody else here. But the whole community, you can really see, opposes IRT rezoning, in our community. That data center will add no value, besides short-term construction jobs and, minimal permanent jobs. Not to mention the quality of life. I mean, we can go on and on about that. But really, I just want to say, this board, so the planning commission, you guys have a huge chance to really, be, one with the community. You can see we don't want it. We got your back. So it's a good chance for you guys to do what the community wants and for, to really take a stand with your community. It might be a small amount of people that are for these data centers, but I think they're kind of uninformed and they really don't care about our way of life here, which is, more rural, more close-knit community. So I just want to say you guys have a heck of a job in front of you, but your community is with you, and please do the right thing because we will definitely have your back.
Thank you, sir.
Okay?
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Carlos Pisano, resident of Dulwich here in Washington. Just wanted to bring up that I was here in the meeting and trying to review all the documentation that was pulled and changed at the last minute. Something that was noted or I noticed was that they removed the inclusion of data center from the request, and before the commission or whoever gets another request, I asked the board to update the master plan to specifically state that data centers are not a land use for the IRT. And yeah, that will be maybe a way to tackle this. So, yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Anyone else? Going once? Going twice? Okay, thank you. The next is elected officials update, community announcements. This morning, I don't know if anyone noticed, at 28 in Van Dyke, they are installing finally the new turn lights. The foundation was poured over the summer. We had a grant last summer to study both the intersections at 28 and 29 in Van Dyke. So hopefully, within the next week or two, these lights will be functioning. They'll be proper turn lights and make the intersection a lot safer there at 28 in Van Dyke by the Macomb Orchard Trail. Yeah, no, thanks. I know we already, we had a great, as both the clerk and treasurer mentioned, we had a great Christmas tree event here at the township last Wednesday. So even though it was really bitterly cold, it was good. Everything was held inside. It was held inside. The township will be closed between Christmas Eve and the 24th, and will reopen on Monday, January 5th. I'll let the treasurer, I don't know if he wants to mention about taxes during that time. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I know it's been brought up a lot about our pre-planning meetings. Those are usually held on the last Thursday of every month. They're open to the public. They're at 9 a.m. Tomorrow is our next pre-planning. That's at 9 a.m. Sorry.
What is involved with the pre-planning meeting?
Would you rather explain it than I can?
It's simply an advisory committee. It allows anyone who has any interest in building or has questions. It's a free chance for them to stop in and get some advice from the department heads and our consultants. This way it helps better prepare them for the application stage, or at that point they could make the decision that it just won't work.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This is from the Thornton Schoolhouse. We moved it around the middle of October. Just 2 days ago, they poured the foundation for it. So the house within the next week or two right now is suspended in the air. They will lower it onto the foundation. And that will, yeah.
What is that
Sorry.
existing land planned for?
Yeah, it's a...
Where it originally was?
Okay, I can explain that real quick. So Thornton was sitting on less than 1/8 of an acre. It was privately owned for the last 30 years.
Who owns the rest of the surrounding?
That is the, it's J&H Transport. It's a mining site, gravel pit, yeah. So the property could never really fully be used because it's not big enough for septic field or parking. So the township owns 5 acres on 31 Mile, actually 10 acres. 5 acres is being reserved in the future if we ever need a future fire station per ISO in that area. The other 5 acres will become a functional park that will be handed off to the Parks and Rec Department. The schoolhouse will be the feature in the middle, and that's currently underway. We're hoping the completion of the schoolhouse, thank you. We're hoping the completion will be hopefully the summer of 2027. It's going to take the school about 1.5 years. It's kind of a great partnership. The high school trades department's actually not only just bringing it back to the way it was, but they're actually fabricating it with using a lot of the materials from that time period. So it's really a neat project, and 2027 is our bicentennial, so I think that'd be kind of neat to tie that all in 2027. So, again, the Hawks Acres is another parcel that the township bought about 2.5 years ago. It's about 27 acres. Mound's starting to be built up a lot, so yeah, everyone kind of knows it from the horse farm that was there and the haunted hay rides that were back in the day.
And I inspect wells, and the water quality in that area is toxic, and that's why they brought the city water down to those subdivisions in that area. I know they are, I have
I drink off his hose. Yeah, I drink off his hoses. They always take.
So you know Phil Hawks good. Well, I mean, as far as I know, we brought the water line, this was before I was supervisor, but we brought it up for fire safety, but I don't know, I can ask the DPW.
There's city water there.
It's city water, yeah. That's what,
Hydrants being around.
The
yeah.
health department knows how bad the water is. They're not allowing any more new wells in that area so bad.
Okay, I can find out more on that. Okay, no.
Thank you.
And I'm sure many of you probably already know, but so Thursday, January 8th is our Planning Commission meeting. It's at 6:30 right here. So there'll be that meeting. Our Zoning Board of Appeals meeting for January has been canceled. There's no applicants for January. Did either one of you have anything?
Yeah, I do. I want to thank everyone for coming, and we really, and I know I speak for the whole board, we really appreciate your input. And you also came last week as well. We don't take it for granted. We know that we answer to you and not other, corporations. We are elected to represent your voice. So we really appreciate it. And we all got so many emails, and we read them, and we just appreciate, it's okay. That's what we're here for. So please feel free to reach out. We do appreciate your comments, and we have studied a lot of this issue on all sides. So we welcome your opinion. But I also wanted to say, on another note, and Dana Burschbeck, I wanted to announce that we're having, I'm part of the Community Block Grant Development Committee, and so is John Chaplin and Dennis. Anyway, we give money every year to worthy groups, worthy charities, and I'm announcing that we are having the Community Development Block Grants, I always say it wrong, CDBG, where a public hearing will be held on January 21st at that board meeting regarding that. Our committee will have a follow-up, and on the February 4th Board of Trustees meeting, we will announce the present allocation recommendations that we have made. So that January 21st meeting, the groups who are applying for funds from the county will make a little presentation. It's very interesting, and there's a lot of worthy causes, so you might want to attend. That's all. Thank you.
We might have to make a motion to make a public announcement, correct?
You don't necessarily have to make a motion for it.
I don't know.
The public, I mean, you.
When it's the CDBG funds, don't we have to announce before so nonprofits can come and present at the January 21st meeting?
Yeah, those rules are set by the county.
Yeah,
the
and
administrator. I don't know.
Yeah, and I already informed the county, so the county informs the nonprofits.
So
we don't have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that okay? She
We're
asked
good.
me to.
Okay. No,
Are we good? Okay.
No, I didn't know if we had to make an announcement.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So as a Sealy American Christian, what do you think about Santa Claus opposing data centers?
Good one.
You agree?
Okay, let's go on. So, yes, as Sam mentioned, we're going to be closed. Yeah, we're going to be closed during the holidays. We're going to be closed during the holidays. If you need to make your taxes,
yes,
you're more than welcome to do so. Yes, either drop them in the drop box outside the Township Hall. You can make the payments at the First State Bank over there at 26 Mile Road in Jewel. You do not need an account to do that. You can also make the payments online. I will be here throughout the holidays to make sure that if you're paying the payments and you want to get them in before your 2025 taxes, they will be receipted as 2025. So if that's your wish, they will be processed in time on or before December 31st on that. I also want to say thank you to everybody who attended, especially the Sheriff's Office, who is constantly here supporting our community and our township with safety, including the new SAVES program. Thank you for the Reserve program, and also to the Gallo Foundation for their efforts in making sure that the K-9 is here, and AZ Arms, who donated the protective vest for the dogs. So thank you very much for those communities as well. And finally, I just want to extend to everybody a safe, happy, and blessed Christmas season that's coming up, and a prosperous 2026 for everybody here who's listening and here in attendance. So please be safe during this holidays. Your families come first, and just have a great and blessed Christmas for everybody here. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Merry Christmas to you guys. Thank you so much for your open ears.
No other comment, then I make a motion to adjourn the last meeting of 2025.
Second.
Everybody support that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you, everyone. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Tomorrow morning.